Hello and welcome everybody! As you can see, today I am going to play, actually really for the first time ever, the Stanley parable. I also never watched any Let's Plays or anything. I heard a lot about this game, so I was really always a bit curious. I heard stuff like that it is a very, very different approach to what a game is. For example, Total Biscuit calls it a walking simulator, but he still praises it. So there seems to be something about this game that while you don't really do the usual gamey stuff like jumping, interacting with a lot of stuff, you just go, that there is still some kind of interesting aspect to it, and that I also heard stuff like nobody who plays it the same way. It's always interesting to see how people react, that there is this thing with a narrator going on, which is very entertaining and compelling in a certain way. So yes, I want to experience it for myself, and I want to share this experience with you guys, and this is also the reason why I'm using a face cam for this particular Let's Play, because, well, it's supposed to be a walking simulator, so you are not going to see a lot of stuff happening on screen, so maybe my reactions will add a little bit to it. We'll see. Begin the game. End is never the end, is never the end, is loading, never. What? Okay. Good, we talked about it. End is never the end, is never the end, is loading. Is it actually loading, or is this the first part of the game where I have to do something? No, apparently it's really loading this slowly. Yeah, it's an indie game, so I guess I shouldn't be harsh on it for that. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Yes, little guy! Click
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order
had arrived
on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen,
something was wrong before.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so let me just... He was really in this Kafkasian scenario where he just gets orders which don't even make any sense. I mean, somebody has to basically put in the command to send it to him. And he's just happy pressing the button, which somebody already had to press to send the order to this. I love this level of creepy. And I probably could have done something about the resolution. This looks like crap. Can I do something about it now? Oh, okay, this is cute. You actually get an achievement just for logging in once more. Okay, this looks a lot better. So let's begin this all over. Sorry about that. The shadows are still crappy. I don't care. I mean, by the way, this table, on the one hand I love that they actually added this kind of texture to the table which makes it look really old and crappy and used, but once again, what a horrible workplace, sorry. A 1000-year-old computer, absolutely used desks. And pixelated shadows. I wouldn't want to work in a company with pixelated shadows. But yeah, once again, it's probably just my, what's it called, graphic settings. I probably screwed up somewhere. And there... Oh, wait. E is a use. Okay, there's only this E sound when I... There's a sound when I press E, but only E. So there is something of a use button, but it does not do anything but make a clicking sound. Okay. Now I am Stanley and I'm going to live through my parable. Hello? Somebody here? Where are you guys? Hello? Let me guess, it's Sunday.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, they have the same crappy desk, so... Oh, I can actually crouch. Is there there's something actually written. General questions about blocker filling. What? Recommendations for oversight. Wow, this is like a labyrinth. Ooh, there's something on the screen. Okay, I need to get to 425. This is my new mission now. Also, where is the meeting room? A little bit of sign would help, really. Oh, bloody hell. Now let me guess who has to clean this up later. I hate Mondays. Yeah, I'm really desperately hoping for something to happen. I know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I heard about this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I also would prefer going back. Hello. Okay, let's go for the employee lounge. Whoa.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
It still has a little bit of an empty vibe.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I sense a little bit of sarcasm there, dear narrator. Just want to say, come on.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
I just want to have a drink.
That this is why everyone left.
No. I am stressed out because everybody has left, so I need a drink. That's all. So please give me a drink.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I'm actually trying to figure out if I can do something in here, but yeah, as I said.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay, so I guess this is the screw of the game walkthrough.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
But then again, somebody designed this gigantic hall. Okay, I probably would have just gone over there. Can I actually die?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
You got me there, game. Please tell me that. Okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I will make
When
the
Stanley
series
came to
ignore
a set
every...
of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I am going to go wherever you
Stanley
don't
was
tell
so
me to
bad
go.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from the cargo lift while the motion will cause death. Penalty for misusing. 1,000. Penalty for jumping off. Great. Can I jump? No, I can't jump. Ah, I so want to jump. No jumping puzzle for me, but I can duck. Why can I duck and I cannot jump? Okay. Nevertheless, let's see what else can I do.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh,
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
Ooh, I need to take this path next time. Her! Okay, there's a lady involved. Now, okay, I need to come back here and see if I can drop down on this catwalk without dying. But for now, let's go with the...
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
Okay.
To let her back into your life.
Who is she?
She's been waiting.
What? You are just messing with me to get me to follow your orders, isn't it? It's a trap. I can tell it's a trap. You're just trying to get me hooked up, it's kind of. I mean, I died once, so I guess... Geronimo!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. Wait, I followed his orders, damn it. What? Hello? What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employer. Press 7 on your keyboard. Oh, no.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No. Oh my god, they make me do what is actually his job, and I'm doing it.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Oh.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press 2 to watch TV. Yes!
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he
Oh my God,
imagined
I'm
that
not
one day
reading
while at
what-
work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
This is the thing that it doesn't even...
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Really?
And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Okay, another thing is I'm curious how long this will go on.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife, huh?
But there is no answer.
What?
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh God, and now I'm back in the starting office, aren't I?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. I play with a game. Oh my God. There must be a timer. There must be, right? I'm sure there's a timer. I'm well prepared for you. I can wait. God, how long are they going to let me wait? I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. Nope. Not going to happen. So, who of you has played the Stanley Parable as well? And I have heard something about 16 different endings. I mean, I discovered one with falling to my death. I assume at this point there are 2 endings as well. The one ending is pressing R, or at least advancing the story is R. And I just hope that there is... I mean, basically they could... Programming-wise, it would be easy to just... Don't build in a timer and just let a person be here until they have to press R or stop the game. They should also probably make it tricky. if they make it a timer of 2 hours, and then there should be a short time window in which you can react, so to prevent people from just leaving the game to play in the background while they do something else. So they should actually have it in here that you only can advance by being there at a specific time. I guess I could do some actual work in the meantime. Well, this has been 20 minutes of my life. Okay, I guess for Let's Play something has to happen, so I give up. I follow the order, I press R. By the way, I didn't follow all the letters I pressed. What buttons did I actually press all in order? Did I spell something something significant? Oh well, whatever.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing. Okay, pressing every button except F now. Bloody hell, this is frustrating.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
No.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
The fuck?
And I
Wait, what? What? Okay, this time I try the catwalk. If I survive, this time I try the catwalk and then I'm going.
All of his co-workers
I'm following
were
all the
gone.
orders.
What could it mean?
Two
Stanley
more runs.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting
No,
room,
it wasn't.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah,
The lounge
admiring,
was
very
sublime,
amazed.
a work of art.
Okay,
What
now for the
eager to
catwalk.
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, the point there.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
How? Okay. Danger, danger everywhere. Great.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, I'm still on the... Okay, I give him a chance, I trust him once.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Yes.
You see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Oh, bloody hell.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Wait, it's on both. Oh, bloody hell. Not the phone again, right? No! Wait.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
The hell? Oh, there's something. What the?
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Works for me. It's a nice screensaver. Oi, they even do more. I'm missing it. Oh, look at it. Whoa, even the sense of motion. You always keep wondering, will something else happen or not? Also, nice trick with the lights, they are actually only part of the texture. Do I want to jump over the border? Let's see, what happens after the green lights? Oh. No, all the stars go out. What? Oh. Oh, new thingies. Well, let me guess. The moment I leave the room, he will get all pissed that I destroyed his happiness. Oh. And I made it the crappiest corridor ever. Here goes nothing.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
But you don't do anything. Okay, purple fades. What do we get now? Is something else going to happen? And... Are you still happy? I mean, nothing is happening anymore, Mr. Narrator, sir. Oh, the stars are back. Oh, okay, now we are looping.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Yeah, but what can I do except taking the stairs? It's only one way. I have no choice. I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. I don't want to do this either. I'll be
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Holy crap! Really?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Yes, I'm actually thinking about it right now. I should have taken the blue door, shouldn't I? Okay, now you know what? I jump off the cliff in the planetarium. I mean, he basically told me that I will restart the game if I die up here, so I won't die up here. Easy as that. Instead, I'm going to die.
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
But it's boring. I mean, the actual Stanley probably would like it. I mean, he was fine with doing something uneventful and repetitive, so... And... Oh, I can't go over the cliff. So basically, in order to do anything, I need to go back there and die. Thank you, game, for providing... Maybe there's a hidden spot where I can actually drop over the edge. Doesn't look like it. Nope, I have to kill myself in order to progress. This is creepy.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you?
Yes.
You will die!
Yes.
What about this isn't getting through to you?
I will die. And I need to find out what happens beyond the other doors. And there's only one way to do this. Geronimo!
No! Oh.
What?
Thank God. You lived.
What?
You have... No. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
This is kind of cruel.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Come on! What the heck?
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, I just want to see the other rooms. What are the other paths I didn't take? God, he really makes me feel crappy about myself, even though this is a pre-recorded audio file.
maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Holy crap! This is depressing. So I guess this is the final one. How can this pre-recorded? Oh, this guy who wrote this. He likes to mess with people more than I do. And finally,
is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
I'm getting a little bit of a Buddhist vibe from this game. Like with rebirths and everything.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh,
what could it mean?
It's creepy when he sounds
Stanley
so,
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
again.
had simply missed a memo.
Okay, do I actually go for the red door now?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I knew.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, I'm so admiring it.
Standing now in this incredible room,
No.
Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I will find out what's behind the red door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Indeed.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
And off we go.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But I am colorblind.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, bloody hell.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
I do.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Ooh, so excited. What's here?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I believe I just found the most interesting path.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Oh my god, I have no clue. And I don't know if this is school numbers, like 1 being the best or 1 being only 1 point. So let's just go with 2. I hope 2 is positive, like it's good.
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either.
Oh, okay.
You enjoyed it,
button.
perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Is this real? Oh, okay, it's not. How long does it take you to get the correct competing? I'm not playing for 7 hours. You are objectively ranked. Why not ask a friend for help? Error, friend 70. What the heck? Did you know our players skip the intro sequence? Only a third of the players choose the blue door. Yeah, I know, the blue door is kind of like an achievement. How does they get the correct? Why? I'm far too compelled by this. I should be less compelled. Okay.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Absolutely.
Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Sure.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Of course.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let me boot it up.
Auto. And the problem is I don't know if it is...
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
What?
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Are you
It's a very
kidding me?
meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the
God,
message of the game
weird
only
thing is
becomes
that
clear
he
once you've
has
been
a
playing
point.
it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Seriously?
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
I can still see the button.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Loading. Okay, it's not the actual opening.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off... Yes.
No, I was the flow.
It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
Is he a little bit critical of Minecraft?
But you've only
players?
seen it from the outside.
Yes.
You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside
I will.
and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it perfect?
Indeed.
It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Seriously? This is... The weird thing is I'm really doing this.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
since I can't interact with anything,
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I'm feeling a little bit sad for all the people who just followed the correct path and never explored anything. Ooh, hello.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Activate the portals. Seriously. Wait, what? I mean, he is using Source Engine for this game now, isn't he?
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Screw you. Hello. What? Can barely make anything out. Kind of. And I'm probably losing my sense of orientation. Oh, wait. Oh my god. What do we have here? No! Oh. Isn't this the room I saw? Can I adjust the brightness? Nope. Maybe? Okay, seriously, what do I do now? Wait, what?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I actually have to say, this is a little bit of a cathartic moment, and now I just want to finish this game the regular way and follow every instruction.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Oh no, it's not the actual preset of the reset of the game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I am in a different loop now. I'm not in the original loop. I can always do the original loop now, can I?
This was not the correct way to
Okay.
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
But I am in the different loop.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
Nope.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm in a different loop. Now I'm curious what happens when I continue in this different loop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, I really just want to see the actual beginning of everything. Or I just don't pick up the phone.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
And now I'm
Good
going
job,
to
Stanley.
see the
Everyone thinks you are very
Paragon
powerful.
Let's Play playthrough and just do what he tells me to.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
This is again not the original loop. So I'm actually still in a different version. The fuck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What? Show employees that everything is okay. Show slides of the comment down. Everyone is unique. Humans to form. Aww. Number of slides in this slide. Wait a bit, shut. Ah, there's actually stuff to discover. Okay, I really need to finish this now. No! The only door I can open.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm doing the good boy playthrough now. Whoa, fancy. Executive bathroom. Nope.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Holy macaroni. Here's the way. Here actually is the way. Okay, how? Okay, I can't continue walking to this direction, so back here. Okay, whatever. This is very ensuring. Loading, 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 loading. So there's actually a new area that needs to be loaded?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, bloody hell! I wanted to follow him. I wanted to follow all the commands and directions. What does the pad say? Number?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
There was a round room with
thought to
screens.
himself.
He wasn't lying in
Did
the
he
other
have the
version.
strength to find out?
Oh, I so need to do this. He was actually telling the truth. This is amazing. Okay, turning off cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
It wasn't quick enough to see where my room was. But yeah, nobody here. Whoa, wait. Okay. 424. There's my room. Uh-oh. Careful there, Stan. There. Oh yeah, it's actually my room. Okay, it would be kind of pathetic if they wouldn't have gotten this one wrong. And elevator.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Like he's a figure in a video game. I don't know.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Really? How? Okay, take everything back. This area is following the orders leads to an interesting area. So, really a big red button. Oh, you know me too well, game. Hey, click the button. Come on. Why can I click every button but not the big red one? So many buttons. I wonder if and which ones have actual function behind them.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
And the weird thing is, he is controlling my decisions by telling me what to do, and I follow what he does, so therefore I am actually within his mind control.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Indeed.
Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yes, I see the irony of him telling me what to do while saying that I'm free to do what I want.
Stanley felt the cool breeze
Oh,
upon his
and now
skin,
it's taken over control.
a feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game! This is actually an achievement. You beat the game by exactly following the orders. I haven't got an achievement for any other ending so far. Or are there actually 16 and probably this big room with all the colored buttons. There are probably hidden puzzles. Okay, I give it. Yes, I admit it. This game is compelling by not offering a lot of choices and so on. It still manages to be... There is a lot of creativity put into it, and how the writer of this game can predict what people think and do, and I mean, the choices are so minimalistic that basically it is not probably not very tricky to figure out, and they're all, most of the time there are two choices, so it's a very, very straight path he has to create. It's very minimalistic and everything, but he manages to... I mean, I'm doing this for 1.5 hours now. Intriguing, yes, Stanley Parable.